WWRR, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre.
WYCK, Plains.
WMMZ, Berwick, Bloomsburg, Hazleton.
Powered by Mohegan, Pennsylvania.
This is The River, 105 and 103.5. This is Music on the Menu on The River.
Timothy, where on earth did you go?
Featuring Northeast PA's best artists.
Maybe, never mind. She can move me like a stereo, like a song on the radio. She's an angel in the morning, yeah, that's right.
And now, here's your host, Alan K. Stout.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
All right, everybody. Happy Sunday night. Welcome to Music on the Menu on the River. Alan K. Stout with you, as I always am. Sunday nights, 9 to 10, bringing you regional artists from northeastern Pennsylvania doing their own original music, hanging out with D.C. Taylor. D.C., good evening.
Right. Yes. Good evening, Alan. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. And as I told the listeners last Sunday, we played a couple of songs from Panacea and Portland Frank. We have a special guest in the studio with us tonight for the entire hour, a musician that I've known for probably about 2 decades now, going back to the mid-2000s, Mr. Paul Young. Paulie, great to see you, man.
Gentlemen, how are you? Hi, everyone in Radio Land.
Right.
Thanks for coming in, man.
Thank you for having me.
So I met Paul probably around 2005. I wasn't at the Times Leader. I was at the Weekender. Although I knew of you before that because of Imperfect Vision.
Yeah.
Because I was playing Imperfect Vision on this show back in 2024. So, or 2004, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And then when Panacea filed, that was your project after Imperfect Vision.
Correct.
I got to know you a lot better. So I've been a fan for 20 plus years.
Thank you.
And all the work that you've done. We've been playing some of the newer material that Paulie's been involved with Portland Frank now for over a year. You've sent us a bunch of tracks, and we've played them all, so thank you for sending them our way. We appreciate that. What we want to do tonight is kind of turn the playlist over to Paul. We're going to talk about Portland Frank, the new project, and some of the artists that we're going to perform are regulars here on the show. You'll all be very familiar with them. But Paul wanted to talk about them and what they mean to him and what they've meant to him as a musician and a songwriter. But before we get to that, we're going to close the show with a new track from Portland Frank. So
Yes,
we're going to debut one. But tell us about this project, Portland Frank, because we've been playing, like I said, you on the show for a long time now, well over a year. How did this project get together, and who's in the group with you? We know Marty Monahan's in it because we mentioned him. And where are you making your records? Just give us an overview of the band.
All right, I'll try to remember all this that you just told me. But it was probably around the pandemic time. I was just kind of bored, and I'm like, I had a couple ideas, and I'm like, actually, how it started was I started listening to a lot of yacht rock.
Okay.
And I'm not a yacht rock. I wasn't a yacht rock guy. I just thought it was cool, and I'm like, they sing great melodies, and they're all good singers. So I just kind of got some stupid ideas in my head, and I'm like, I'm gonna mess around with them. And they kind of sat around, and I actually became pretty close with Eddie Apnell, who we're gonna play a track from one of his bands coming up. And Eddie really pushed me to like do it. He was kind of like, this is really good. You should
pursue this.
You should go further and don't stop. So I had a couple ideas. I sat down with him and like played them for him. He thought they were good. There was actually a Portland Frank song that he wrote. He sent it to me, and he's like, I don't know. He didn't know what to do with it. And I thought it was cool, so I just kind of made it my own. And it became it's a song called Brave New World. Eddie wrote majority of the song, Portland Frank.
We played that one last Sunday, I believe, DC. Yeah, we played that one last week.
There you go, Eddie. You're getting some spins there. And he just kind of really pushed me to do it, and I owe him a lot. I don't tell him very often, but here's my call out to him. I owe a great debt of gratitude to Eddie Apnell for pushing me the way he did, and he was a guy, like he's a guy from the scene who's done a lot.
He's so talented.
He's extremely talented.
I'm a huge fan of his songwriting and,
Mere Mortals
his voice.
were awesome. His voice is killer. I mean, he's a great guitar player too. He never does it. And I just owe him a lot, and I appreciate him. And I mean, that's how that kind of started.
So
out.
you're bored during the pandemic. You start listening to yacht rock. You start maybe trying to write some songs that are from a different ilk than what you had traditionally done in the past. You played for Eddie. He encourages you to move on, and then you put a band together.
Yeah, I had a couple songs, and I had been talking with John Jones, who is the singer, bass player of Portland Frank. I've known John for 20-some years. His band, Ashfall, used to open for Panacea all the time.
I remember them.
And he's one of the funniest guys I know. He's a great guy. You know, we're on the same level. Him and I went out one time and we drank $200 and some worth of martinis at Old Time Charlie's, and you know they were $2 martinis, by the way.
Oh, what?
So it was a good time. You know, we have history, and we always wanted to do something, and we were going to do something when Panacea stopped playing, and it just never worked out. Life kind of got in the way of everybody that was involved, and kind of put it on the back burner. And then I brought these songs to him. I'm like, man, I want to do something. You want to do it? And I'm like, it doesn't have to be a lot of pressure. We'll just do it. And we started working, and I'm like, man, these are actually pretty good. So we're like, let's try to find a drummer. And at the time I was working with the Boastfuls. They were writing some songs, and they were doing like some production stuff with them.
Yeah.
And Chad Westcott was the drummer, and he stopped playing with them actually. And I had gone to see him play with some other band, and I'm like, I'm going to ask Chad if he wants to play, because I know he likes writing and all that. So, you know, picked up Chad. You know, me, him, and Johnny sat in my basement for, you know, a couple months, just kind of messing around with everything. Every week get together, you know, just kind of put it together. Just basically sit there and put the work in. And after a couple months, we had like probably about 4 or 5 tracks. We're like, these are actually pretty good. Let's go further. Let's go further with them. So we started talking about like doing recordings and all that kind of stuff. And in the midst of that, I'm like, I really think we need another guitar player and another voice, because myself, Johnny, and Chad all sing. Mm-hmm. But I still wanted another voice, and Marty was the first choice from the word go. I played with them in a little off split of Grace's Downfall with Ken Norton. The Boastfuls project, of course, is his band still, but when they were doing originals, I was kind of working with them. And I play acoustic shows with them all the time. It was just like the right fit. I'm like, we got to get Marty to do this. And he kind of was hesitant at first. He's very busy, you know. Young 22-year-old kids are very busy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sure. And so, you know, we kind of took a little coercing to him to get him to come along and do it. And he finally came down, and, you know, we sat down and played, and it was like, it just all felt good. It felt right. So that's the band, and that's what we've been sticking with since. And I mean, we got our 5th and 6th members that kind of hang out in the outskirts. You know, Brett, of course, we do all recording with him, and that all runs through the Sensei. And Mike Van Wyck, of course, he joined us on the track that you're going to hear tonight. Violinist extraordinaire, human being extraordinaire. Just it's just good people all around. So. We're gonna premiere a new one titled Buck to close the show tonight. But let's get to the music. And like I said, Paulie picked the bands tonight, so we're gonna play one here from Tom Flannery and the Shillelaghs, followed by Dustin Douglas and the Electric Gentleman. And after we play them, we'll talk a little bit about why you picked these two cats on the show tonight. Sounds good. Tom Flannery, check it out.
Leave your baggage over there. Don't fear the
Hey, this is Dustin Douglas from Dustin Douglas and the Electric Gentleman, and you're listening to Music on the Menu with Alan K. Stout on the River.
Dustin Douglas and the Electric Gentleman here on Music on the Menu with a song called Ain't No Denying. Before that, Tom Flannery and the Shillelaghs with a tune called Burden. Paul Young, our guest, asked us to play some Dustin and some Tom tonight. Tell us, Paulie, what is it about those two artists that make them favorites of yours?
Well, we'll start with Dustin because that's why not. We might as well start with him.
All right.
He would have it no other way. Dustin and I became friends when I was in Panacea. He had a band called Lemon Jelly. They were coming up.
Loved them. Yeah.
Original rock band, 3-piece, like solid, just killer band. And we became friends. You know, we're both we're both consummate gear whores. We both like a lot of guitars and a lot of amps and a lot of gear, and that's actually how it really started. I wanted to borrow a guitar to record on We the Broken, and Brett was like, "Well, you need maybe like a P90 guitar," and I'm like, "Well, I don't have one." And he's like, "Well, Dustin does. Why don't you give him a call and ask him to let you borrow it?" And he was more than happy to let me borrow it and recorded the track. You know, we've just been friends ever since. He's one of my best friends.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He's a great guy. He's a hell of a guitar player. He's a great musician. You know, can't really say much more about him. Has a hell of a dresser.
Yeah, he's snappy, and he's a showman on stage.
He's quite
too.
He's quite the that's what we call it, the showman.
Yeah.
If you remember the movie Blues Brothers, when they said when they're putting the band back together, and they're like, "I don't know, but you're never going to get Mr. Fabulous back." That's Dustin is Mr. Fabulous to me. You know, he's a great guy,
And Tom Flannery.
Tom Flannery. That's the opposite side of the spectrum. Tom was a guy that I kind of hooked up with over the pandemic and that through Brett Alexander.
Because they did an album together.
They did an album
during the pandemic,
and totally not my style. And I listened to it, I'm like, wow, this is really good. He's got kind of like a little Springsteen-esque thing to him going on. He loves the Who.
He loves the Who.
He does love the Who.
Yeah.
And it showed. And it's like his writing. He's like a maniac. He is. He can just write and write and write, and everything has a lot of depth to it. And he's a really smart guy. He's a good talk. Like if I need to discuss something with somebody, I'll shoot him a message, and he's always willing to have a good convo about something.
I'm a big fan of not only his music, which we play here, and he was just here earlier this year for the whole hour, but even his blogs that he writes.
I love some of his articles really hit home.
He's really one of the best writers in northeastern Pennsylvania.
Fantastic, yeah.
Yeah. So you built a friendship up with Tom over the last couple of years.
Yeah, and he's a go-to of like another kind of like Eddie. You know, if I got an idea, I'll shoot it to him and be like, "Well, what do you think of this? You know, is this trash? Is this good? You know, what do you think?" Get some outside perspective, because if I sit and think about it, it'll just sit there and stew forever, and I'll never get anything done.
Now, what about the band that we're going to play now? Because knowing where I met you in the Imperfect Vision early Panacea days, 20 plus years ago, I'm assuming that Breaking Benjamin was very inspiring to you.
Oh, definitely.
To see a band in that genre, which Panacea, was in that same ballpark, doing what they did.
Yeah, Breaking Ben, we used to go see them at the Voodoo Lounge on Thursday night, and there was a table of girls that used to sit in the front. There was probably about 10 of them, and there was myself and two of my friends, and that was about it.
And Freddie. Yeah.
And Freddie eventually.
Yeah.
And they were great then. They were it's a 3-piece band with a PA on sticks, and I think I remember Ben saying his guitar amp only had one working speaker in it, his cabinet, and they just sounded great.
Yeah, they were. You could see there was something there. Two things I remember about the early Breaking Ben days. I remember Freddie, who I knew pretty well by that time, shooting me an email or calling me up at the Times Leader and saying, "Alan, you got to get over and see this." And then I remember when Brett was producing the EP, Brett saying pretty much the same thing. Like, there's something special going on here. So let's play one from Breaking Ben. This one's called Next to Nothing.
Beneath this wave, I just can't take your breath away. You cut me down. You know I'll always be around. So now I wait. I know you'll live another day. Come and take my breath.
Hey y'all, this is Kate, and you're listening to Music on the Menu with Alan K. Stout on The River.
Kate here on Music on the Menu, a song called Pieces of You. Before that, Breaking Benjamin with a song called Next to Nothing. We were giving some shout outs to people that were early in the Breaking Ben camp. Mentioned Brad Alexander and Freddie Fabry, but also Lynn Carey, who owned Jitterbugs at the time and was with Media 5, was actually, she reached out to me, and I think that's how I wound up doing an article about them early on. Polly, that artist that we just played, Kate, really a fixture here on the show. I love the Something Out of Nothing record that she put out and some of the stuff that she's done since then. Why is she on the playlist, on your playlist tonight?
Because she's good.
Yeah.
She's really good.
Terrific.
Oh, she's terrific, and she needs to get her buns out and play more and write more because she's been kind of being lazy. That's nothing but love. You know, she knows that. I'm in her corner. I want her to be out there playing, and that's that.
And Paulie is smiling when he says that. He says that with love.
She's one of the best, and she shouldn't be not playing.
I saw her a couple of weeks ago playing with the Fleetwood Mac Evening with Stevie and I hung out with her for quite a while up there before the show, catching up with her. She's a great vocalist, a great songwriter. She can play guitar, she can play keyboards, and I agree with you. She's one of the most talented ones we have. So thanks for putting her on the playlist tonight. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in a flash.
The Rockin' the River music series has returned to Wilkes-Barre. The shows brought to you by Visit Luzerne County are open to the public, all ages, and free, and take place at the Millennium Circle at the River Common alongside the beautiful Susquehanna River. Friday, July 26th will feature social media sensation and up-and-coming country act Lainey Gardner with special guests the Broke Pines. There will also be food and drink vendors. Major sponsors include Geisinger, Lewis and Freeman, Discover NEPA, Mountain Productions, PSC Petroleum Service Company, and the City of Wilkes-Barre. Powered by the River, 105 and 103.5.
All right, we're back here on Music on the Menu, hanging out with Paul Young of the group Portland Frank. Paul's been picking the tunes tonight, talking about some of the bands from the NEP scene that has meant a lot to him over the years. And, of course, we're going to close the show with a new one from Portland Frank. But we're going to play one from the Drama Club now, which, has... a history going back, tied into Strangers with Candy and Lifer and Nick Coyle and all those guys. Talk to us a little bit about what this band meant to you and still does.
The Drama Club was they came up when we were coming up, and when in 2006 there was some changes in Panacea. Our bass player Mike Morgan actually went and joined the Drama Club, and that's when Aaron Brook, who's now in Breaking Benjamin, became our bass player for some time. I always dug the Drama Club. I dig Nick's stuff a lot.
Yeah, me too.
He's a great songwriter, and I thought that band was one of the best bands that he ever had. I just thought the songwriting was great. The members that he had in the band, the lineup, they were just super solid. They had 3 people that were singing. Mike's an amazing bass player and musician, period. It was just really good. It was just a good band, and they kind of fueled us to be better too. Yeah, because it's not competition, but indirect competition of you want to be just as good as the best guys.
Yeah.
So they kind of pushed us a lot.
No, bands have been known to
indirectly.
Do that. Bands have been known to do that for decades.
Definitely.
Beatles used to listen to new Stones record and vice versa, and oh wow, that's a good one. We got
so they got one over on us.
There's nothing wrong with that. Let's play one from Drama Club. This one's called November.
We had everything we could have ever wanted. Now we're right back here. We're right back where we started. What's the deal with this? How do we deal with that? Doesn't make any sense now. We're the lonely, broken hearted. We're still standing. It's not over. Lights out, lights out. Oh, is there anybody there? Please show me a sign. Just
This is Eddie Apnell, and you're listening to Music on the Menu on The River.
Hit me so close to home. You left me standing in the middle of nothing, all alone. So all alone. Cartilage, you're so much tougher than bone. I'm on a blind man's bluff into something that's harder than stone. Harder than stone. I've got a strong biological clock that never needs winding me up for bigger and better things. Ooh, philosophical outlook keeping me fixed in a state of control. But you know it might be killing me. It might be killing me. Oh, misery. Sometimes the fun never ends. And if it's true that you love company, where are all my friends? Where are all my cigarettes? There's always nowhere to find me. 'Cause I'm still running down Tobacco Road with my lungs behind me. With my lungs behind me. I've got a strong biological clock that never needs winding me up for bigger and better things. Ooh, philosophical outlook keeping me fixed in a state of control. But you know it might be killing me. It might be killing me. I hope and pray that I will be alright. Be alright. I take my medicine every night. Every night. It's not too bad if you just think about it. Not too sure what I would do about it. Not your average hypochondriac. Just trying to spare another heart attack. I've got a strong biological clock that never needs winding me up for bigger and better things. Cool philosophical outlook keeping me fixed in a state of control. I've got a strong biological clock that never needs winding me up for bigger and better. I've got a cool philosophical outlook keeping me fixed in a state of control. You know it might be killing me. You might be killing me. I've got a strong biological clock that never needs winding me up for bigger and better things. A cool philosophical outlook keeping me fixed in a state of control. You know it might be killing me. It might be killing me. It might be killing me. It might be killing me.
Mere Mortals here on Music on the Menu with a song called Killing Me, featuring Eddie Apnell. And we know that Paul is a big fan of Eddie because we talked a lot about him and his many talents at the beginning of the show, and that's why he's on the playlist this evening. Now we're going to play one from Panacea. And when I was the editor of The Weekender in 2005, 6, and 7, I wrote quite a few articles about you guys. I know we had you on the cover a few times. And I put it in writing, and I told anybody that asked me, this is the next band from NEPA that deserves a record deal. I thought you guys were outstanding. And I've been a fan ever since, and that's why we still play you on the show. The track we're going to play now is your personal favorite from the Panacea catalog. What did that band mean to you, Paulie?
Oh, you put me on the spot. It was a great time in my life. A lot of good things happen. A lot of bad things happen. And we wrote some really good songs.
You sure did.
And I was happy to be able to play with those guys. And yeah, that's.
I know we're coming up on time here on the show, but just when you talk about good things, bad things, and a band you're making music and you're on the road and you're drawing some big crowds. Remember, we had a big CD release party down in Berwick. I remember the Weekender, we ran a trip down to that. We had a lot of fun with the band at the paper. You're starting to get a buzz on you in the community and outside the area a little bit too. And then, bad things do happen and band members change and guys leave and guys, but now that you are 15 plus years removed from the breakup of the band, can you listen to it and just feel the joy?
Oh, absolutely.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's times where I play a lot of shows still down in like the Selinsgrove, Northumberland area.
Right.
And sometimes the soundtrack to my ride down there, because that's what it was for all those years, is Panacea songs. I'll pop it on just for like, oh, give this a listen. Oh, that was actually really good. I forgot about that.
Let's play this one. This is Paulie's favorite. It's called Hold On.
I know it's complicated. I know you're frustrated, but hold on, 'cause even when we're down, we are never out for long. Heard the news today, pouring down like rain, and I pray the water wash away every ounce of pain. I remember someone said many years ago, miles from the life I knew, days away from home. Don't let it bring you down. Hope will chase away the rain clouds. I know it's complicated. I know you're frustrated, but hold on, 'cause even when we're down, we are never out for long. Don't let the sun go down on your life. You got a friend in me, I'm by your side. You're not alone. I've been down this road before. Don't let the sun go down on your life. You got a friend in me, I'm by your side. You're not alone. I've been down this road before, and I know it's complicated. I know that you're frustrated, but hold on, 'cause even when we're down, we are never out. So hold on, 'cause even when we're down, we are never out for long. once you settle down in this normal little place, in this normal little town, everything is gonna be alright. And when you begin to see that this normal little life is just okay for you and me, everything is gonna be alright. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I'm on my way home. How did I get here? I don't know, no. And I'm on my way home. How did I get here? I don't know, and I don't care. Once you get past the past, you'll find today is all you need to find tomorrow. Make it last. Everything is gonna be alright. Once you step outside your door, you'll find that all you have is all you need and more. Everything is gonna be alright. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I'm on my way home. How did I get here? I don't know, no. And I'm on my way home. How did I get here? I don't know, and I don't care. I can't find a way to get out of here. I can't find a way to get out of here. No, 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 no. And once you settle down in this normal little place, in this normal little town, everything is gonna be alright. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I'm on my way home. How did I get here? I don't know, no. And I'm on my way home. How did I get here? I don't know, and I don't care. I'm on my way home. How did I get here? I don't know, no. And I'm on my way home. How did I get here?
Plus 3 here on Music on the Menu with a song called Normal Town. And before that, Panacea, the track called Hold On. Plus 3, another band, Polly, that, even though, they haven't been full-time active in quite some time, are regulars here on the show on Sundays. We dip in and play tracks from them a bunch of times throughout the year. Why are they a favorite of yours?
They're just a great band.
Yeah.
Like, they were always solid. They always sounded really good. The songwriting was killer. Mike Krakowski and Mike Evans are excellent songwriters. Some of the stuff they put out was really, really good. They used to play some shows with Imperfect Vision, believe it or not. Like Imperfect Vision, we just played with whoever. We played with Plus 3. We played with like a reggae band a couple times. Played with ska bands. We were just going to play with good bands, and we all became friends. In the early days of Plus 3, Ron Scavone was the bass player.
Yeah.
I had played with Ron. I've known Ron most of my life. I
Rick
played
Carr,
with him in another band.
Rick Carr, real solid
yep.
drummer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Just great band, great guys, great music, and it shows.
I'm a big fan of that band as well, and I appreciate the fact that you threw Normal Town on the playlist tonight. And the guy that we're going to play now, you know, the band we're going to play now, the Badleys, and this particular track that you picked, which is Brett Alexander, and it's a track from their latest album, My Friends. I know that you've always worked with Brett on the Panacea stuff and with the Portland Frank stuff. He's your producer. Talk to us about what Brett means to you and this band.
Brett's a great friend. Besides being a great musician, producer, he's the sensei. We all call him that. If I have a problem, he's my first call.
Yeah.
Besides the obvious close family members, he's the first call. You know, he used to say I'm his 3 a.m. call because I'll pick up the phone.
Right.
And you know, just a lot of love and respect to the man. He's just a great guy, and obviously he's very, very talented. He's a mega songwriter. I mean, there's just so many. The catalog shows. I mean, from the Badleys to the Celerbirds to his solo records to there's nothing bad there. It's all fantastic.
Nothing. I've put it in print and I've said it to his face and I've said it on this show.
I think I saw it in Braille also.
Yeah, in Braille. He's hilarious. He's in the same conversation to me as someone like Springsteen. I mean, really. No, I mean his songs are that.
They're fantastic.
Monumentally awesome.
Especially this one.
This is a terrific song from the Badleys from their last record they just put out about 1.5 years ago. It's called My Friends.
They say that in the end, it comes down to your friends. And how many you have left when the day is done. Here today and gone tomorrow, but not another minute can you borrow. So rage on, rage on, rage on, my friends. Here we are at closing time, my dearest friends. Soon you'll go your way and I'll go mine until we meet again. And the rain may fall and the winds may blow, and time will put us to the test. But you're the best thing that I've ever known. And when things are at their worst is when you are at your best. And there's no question that these are troubled times. Some days I don't know what to do. There's good guys and bad guys, and it's getting pretty hard to tell who is who. And they say that in the end, it comes down to your friends. And how many you have left when the day is done. Here today and gone tomorrow, but not another minute can you borrow. So rage on, rage on, rage on, my friends. Oh, gravity, it seems to me, ain't here to bring us down. It makes us choose so carefully who we wanna be around. And the rain may fall and the winds may blow, and time will put us to the test. But you're the best thing that I've ever known. And when things are at their worst is when you are at your best. And there's no question that these are troubled times. Some days I don't know what to do. There's good guys and bad guys, and it's getting pretty hard to tell who is who. time, my dearest friend. So you'll go your way and I'll go mine until we meet again. And then say that in the end, it comes down to your friend and how many you have left when the day is done. So raise your glass and take a drink. It's later than you think. So rage on, rage on, rage on, my friend.
Badley's here on Music on the Menu with a song called My Friends. We've been hanging out with Paul Young for the entire hour, playing all artists that Paulie's a big fan of and has had, professional relationships with and friendships over the years. And it's been a lot of fun. I love the music that you picked, Paulie. And of course, we wanted to save the end of the show for the newest track from Portland Frank, the band that we've been playing here on Music on the Menu for over a year now. This new track, tell us a little bit about this one.
It was written in my basement. We were just kind of getting together and just, actually this one was just the jam. Johnny actually came in and just played a little bit of a guitar riff and said something, and I kind of ran with it. And the song was written in about 15 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. And it's pretty deep. It's heavy. It's about, at the time that we were actually writing it, my dad wasn't doing very well. And I knew that, the time was coming that he wasn't going to be around anymore. And that's basically, the song is basically talking about me, how I felt at the time. Mm. And it was literally like within days that he passed away. So, I mean, wow. it just all kind of came together, and, those guys were there for me through the whole thing. And it just, it was just there, I guess it was, the Lord gives you words, if they say, for all you religious folk out there.
Sure.
At that time I had them, and and literally it was 15, 20 minutes and it was done. And, the guys were leaving and they're like, well, send us this when you're done. And I just spent the next, maybe half hour just tracking it real quick and sent it to them. And what you hear, if you take the strings out of the song, it's the way the song was written. There was nothing was changed. It's the way it came out.
Well, we appreciate you sharing with us and allowing us to debut it tonight here on the show, and all the great tracks that you've been sending us from Portland Frank over the last year and a half or so. We've played them all, and we will continue to do so. Thanks for being here tonight, buddy.
Thank you. More to come.
More to come. The latest from Portland Frank. Buck, we'll catch you next week.
Give me strength. Give me some inspiration. Give me a truth. I'll be right here waiting for you. When the morning comes, give me some time. Give me some affirmation. Frightened of you, I'm still here waiting. When the darkness comes, every time you don't know it, resting in the big old chair, you come to see that you're not there. Give me some hope.